video on breastfeeding and milk production, not because I haven't shared this information already on Instagram and YouTube, but because I don't have a video specifically on this. And I get a lot of questions because I am an overproducer. I produce a lot of milk and I donate. I have the privilege of donating to women in our area, and it's really cool. And I love that I've just been blessed in that way. But there are some things that I know contribute to healthy milk production, and I have coached other women through this. So that's what this video is about. So first of all, context. How was your pregnancy? If it was a complicated pregnancy, chances are your hormones are recovering and they need a lot of extra support. Either way, even if it was a healthy pregnancy, your hormones need a lot of extra support. So in my other pregnancy videos, I do talk about nutrition and minerals. We need to be getting enough of both. And I think this is honestly where most people fail. Most people do not know what it means to eat enough protein, especially when they're pregnant, because you're growing and you should be increasing the amount of protein that you're eating as you grow with the baby. And then postpartum, your thyroid is going to need a lot of support. So postpartum, I even, for many people, would recommend slightly higher than 1 gram of protein per pound of healthy body weight, because you are recovering and your thyroid typically will crave extra protein when it's healing. Iodine dosing is bio-individual, and I can't make specific recommendations, but what I can say is that during pregnancy, your needs for iodine will increase. Postpartum, your needs for iodine will stay increased or increase again. For me, it increased again. How do I know? It was intuitive, but I know that I needed more iodine, and it was confirmed when I started taking it. It's like, yep, that's exactly what I needed. I take a lot of iodine. That is one thing that I think most people would benefit from supplementing, because we don't get it from our food or our water unless we're eating seafood every day. Electrolytes. So not just minerals, but electrolytes as well. Minerals and electrolytes are some of the same thing, but combined, you basically get ocean water. And my water tastes like ocean water. I consume so much sodium, and that supports my adrenals, it supports my stress levels, and it supports my milk production. I will probably never forget when I first started breastfeeding, I would get so thirsty. I would feel parched, and I could just feel David sucking up the minerals out of me. It was crazy. Now I know I have a better idea of how much my body is actually using, so I just stay ahead of the curve. I front load my water and my electrolytes at the beginning of the day, so I'm not chugging at the end of the day. I take around 10 grams of sodium daily to feel optimal. I am eating around 1 gram of protein per pound of healthy body weight, but after I gave birth, I was still eating around 1 gram per pound of that weight. So my highest weight was like 185. Then I gave birth and I immediately lost 20 pounds when I came back from the hospital 2 days later. That's crazy. And now I weigh around 130 pounds. And so that number came down gradually as my weight did, gradually in a healthy manner, nothing extreme. Carbohydrates are not essential. I did not eat a lot of carbohydrates during pregnancy or postpartum. I reintroduced them during postpartum, obviously, but I waited a while. And it wasn't until I really wanted to start exercising again and kicking up the resistance training that I did intuitively feel, I think my body is actually ready for some carbs. With mindfulness structured around lifting and things like that, not just sitting on my bum all day eating carbs. They are definitely being put to use, but in terms of breastfeeding, they are not essential. Your fat intake is an energy source equal to carbs, but in many cases much less inflammatory. And during pregnancy, we tend to have higher blood sugars. We're not as insulin sensitive. So that can be a very good context, healthy context to actually lower carbohydrates. Hello, gestational diabetes. This is a problem. And so staying lower carb was definitely at the forefront of my mind during pregnancy. I ate apples because I craved apples, and I did eat homemade sourdough bread, but nothing like I do now. I eat a significant amount of carbs now, but my training has changed and it's just working for me. Anyways, back to milk production. Minerals, electrolytes, protein intake. and sleep, which is hard to say because if you're a new mom, good luck getting sleep, but please do the best that you can do. Prioritizing circadian rhythm really helped us. So we have a red light over David's baby changing table. We have red light night lights in our bathroom. So this is instead of blue light, so that we're not interfering with our melatonin production, and so that I can, whatever sleep I do get is the best quality that I can get. I am not sleeping great these days. We are trying to sleep train David. He is over 1 year old now. He is a large fella, and many times I will wake up with him kicking me in the ovaries or grabbing and pinching, and I absolutely love cuddling with him, but I am ready for a transition. I am ready to start sleeping at night. And the nights that sleep is really poor, my milk production goes down, which is not a surprise. Doesn't disappear, but it definitely goes down. I believe this has to do with cortisol. When we don't sleep, it raises our stress hormones, cortisol. Cortisol shuts off a lot of different things. It interferes with a lot of different processes in the body. If you can cope with your stress other ways, when you're not sleeping great, that's another way to maintain your milk production. Stretching, music, nature. For me, it's nature. Just getting outside. I don't care how cold it is. Getting my palms or feet in the grass. Sunshine is incredible. So good. You know, there were days, some days of poor sleep that I didn't have the energy to go walk, you know, on our property, go hiking or go down by the pond. So I just sit on our porch swing and soak up the sun and get some fresh air with David. And it's so good, so refreshing. And it's so good for David too. So managing stress is the other one. So those are my top tips for milk production. It's really no magic pill, no special supplements. It's really just about supporting your body and being mindful of what did your body just go through. Your hormones are recovering. You have a lot on your plate. So literally put a lot of food on your plate. I need you to eat more. This is 99.9% of the time the problem. Women are not eating enough protein. Women are not getting enough minerals or electrolytes. These are the main things. I am serious. If you are breastfeeding and you're having issues, please sit down and track your macros and be sure you're eating at least 1 gram of protein per pound of healthy body weight. Be sure that you're getting at least 5 grams of sodium per day. This equates to about 2.5 teaspoons of salt. And that's the minimum, in my opinion. And then iodine, I have a YouTube video on iodine that is bio-individual. So I hope this helps you. Leave your questions and comments down below.